Zeke and Cece were right not to trust you.
This one picks up immediately after Duke takes out Cece's cousin Simeon, his friend Jay walks in, and then Lazaro comes back.
Why you here?
Why are you, AJ?
Jay said he's there because Duke's father said he's been acting weird, so he followed him. Duke is able to talk Lazaro off the ledge and make him understand that Jay is not with Simeon.
All right.
Duke searches Simeon's body and finds his phone. He's able to unlock it and finds a text message. That lets him know that Simeon was working with law enforcement.
If he's working with the cops, we need to figure out what they know.
Duke replies to Simeon's law enforcement handler that they need to reschedule. This gives them time to find out more about Simeon, get rid of the body and the van that's probably made by now. The plan is still to plant the product on the Albanians, but Jay is still freaking out, so Duke takes him along. On their way to the Albanians, Duke tells Jay why he's doing all this to Kingsley, but he didn't mention anything about banging his wife. They're on a strict time schedule to get to the Albanians, but Jay can't drive, so they get pulled over by a police officer who recognizes Duke.
You're Joe Kilroy.
They take a quick selfie and they're gone. But the problem is, while Lazaro was dumping Simeon's body and burning the van, Duke and Jay arrived too late to plant the product on the Albanians because they were pulled over by the police. Yeah, it was your fault, bruh. They let Lazaro know and head back to the spot. Back at the Marshall gym, Zeke is preparing for his first promotional boxing event since Kingsley disappeared. Zeke tells Sabella they can't find Simeon and he's not answering his phone. Sabella tells Zeke that since they were robbed, the African suppliers don't want to send them another shipment until they're sure everything is safe.
It's been 6 months and we still haven't heard a word.
Zeke says it's been 6 months and they haven't heard a word from their father. They don't even know where he is.
That isn't good.
You don't know that.
We need to hit the streets, scour for another spot.
Lazaro and Duke are trying to find another place where they can plant the product on the Albanians. But Duke says not today because it's his first day working with the marshal, so he's going to find out everything he can about Simeon.
Okay, I want to know the minute you find anything.
The minute he gets to the gym, he sneaks into Zeke's office and goes through his filing cabinet to find Simeon's work history folder. Just then, two of the ring girls, Jasmine and Kim, walk in the office to find Zeke. Kim is the same ring girl that was flirting with Duke in episode 1.
So Simeon's ghosting us, and now Zeke's vanished too.
Jasmine's upset because they haven't gotten paid, but Kim says Simeon disappears all the time. But it is a bit weird that he's not picking up his phone. That would be because he's dead.
Also, you do want to see me again?
Zeke's at your call.
They leave and we catch up with Jay at an Albanian strip club to find his old boss, Zorik.
This is the guy I was telling you lot about.
They used to work for him as a debt collector. Jay was one of Zorik's best workers, so he invites him to a party. So he calls Duke and lets him know he found a place to stash the product. Meanwhile, Sabella's meeting with Scott Morton. He owns an online betting company and she wants him to put his company inside her casinos.
Are you willing to do what it takes?
I'm willing to do whatever it takes to make this happen.
What's happening here? Alright, so the three of these guys are about to break into the Albanian spot to plant the product. While they're waiting for the place to close up for the night, they're going over Simeon's folder and they find that the gaps in his work history make them believe that he was arrested and now he's working with the feds.
This ain't just some cop operation. He's working with the feds.
Duke tells him that means he works for the NCA, that's the UK's version of the feds. He says we need to find Simeon's handler and find out what they know. Just then, Zorik's people come out of the club and lock up for the night, so these guys sneak in. How'd they get in? They make it to the back to plant the product and realize someone's still here. And it's Zorik, the gangster, who throws something wet at them and runs. They search the club for him, but Zorik gets the drop on Lazaro, announces his presence like they always do by screaming. So of course his no tactics having ass gets killed by Lazaro.
Go to sleep.
So after they remove their mask again, like there's no video surveillance inside this club, they realize that is the Albanian gangster Nadine's son. So Duke comes up with a plan to sprinkle the marshal's product on Lorik and blame it on the Russians.
And we're gonna make them think it's the Russians. You're really nice.
Now back at Duke's father's gym, people are calling to get Duke back in the ring and offering like $20 million, but Duke wants no part of it. And also beans, tomatoes, and eggs for breakfast is nasty. I remember Kingsley's wife, Joy, the one who started this whole thing by having an affair with Duke. Well, she has a driver/bodyguard that was assigned to her by Sabella. So when Joy gets a text from Duke, she tells Langston to take the rest of the day off. He tells her he's not allowed to leave her side, but she forces him out. Then she goes and meets up with Duke at a bowling alley. Then after they catch up for a little while, Joy gets a text from Sabella who says, I need to see you now. So Nadine wants to set up a meet because he found his son's body with their product sprinkled on it. Zeke thinks it's disrespect and wants to take out the Albanian. Just then Kingsley's wife Joy shows up.
Beauty for mine eyes.
I'll see you later, Cece.
Kinda weird you looking at your stepmom like that. But this meeting was so that Sabella could tell Joy that she's not allowed to go anywhere without her bodyguard.
Just trying to keep you protected.
That night at Zeke's boxing event, we find out that Zeke's fighter is trash. But his guy has to win the fight so that he can get the rest of his fights on this guy's network.
Let me talk to him.
Duke knows this guy is garbage and can't win, so he tells him to hit him low twice and the other fighter will do something to get himself disqualified.
You wanna win? Do it. Go.
So he does just that. He hits him low twice. The other guy comes back with a headbutt. Disqualification. So the network guy decides to do business with Zeke.
So?
We'll talk.
Afterward, Duke tells Zeke that he knows he's fixing fights, and he's like, look, if you're gonna do it right, you need somebody with you, and I can help you.
If you need me, I'm here for you.
Just then, the Irish fighters' boys walk in, and they want revenge.
Your fighter's a cheating bastard.
So Duke saves Zeke's life, knocking one of those guys out, and now Zeke wants to use Duke as his personal bodyguard. He gets a text about to meet with Nadim and wants Duke with him.
I need you to come somewhere with me. I need some extra backup.
Duke agrees, but he's supposed to be with Lazaro trying to find out who Simeon's handler is. So he tells Lazaro he's gonna have to do it himself.
You got some explaining to do.
Sabella thinks that since her product was on his son that they had something to do with the heist. But Nadim brings his son's body out and shows that his tongue was cut out and says that it has to be the Russians.
Son of a bitch, Nikolai. He did all this.
Sabella wants to do an investigation before Nadim takes any action against the Russians. Nadim is not trying to hear it.
It's either blood or war.
And that's exactly what Duke wanted. Meanwhile, Simeon's handler shows up at the designated location. Lazaro follows, and that's where we find out Simeon's handler is Kim, the ring girl.